Hello, everyone. My name is Dameon Julian, and I'm working with my partner, Gabriella Pinelli. And today's topic is how do people learn? Well, the one thing that I like to do before every class to promote creative thinking is to think outside the box. Now, when you think of that, it's kind of challenging. It's like, well, what do you mean by that? Well, okay, well, we all know 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 16. Well, so is 4 times 4. Or so is 4 to the power of 2. But what is, all those equal 16. Well, what's the square root of 16? 4. What's the power of 256? 16. It's to come up with an answer using different ways of thinking other than just sticking to the basic or the easiest way. So one thing I like to do, and this is an exercise that we'll do together, is I call it thinking outside the box. And one thing that this really promotes is Sam and Trader's philosophy of feeding the need to be creative and to manipulate classroom pace. We're not just sticking to the normal, mundane, class, attendance, open your textbooks, read, do a worksheet, so on and so forth. So, what this assignment does is first off, we put everyone in groups of 4 to 5. We pose these 3 different challenges, sometimes one, sometimes two, maybe three, and I have a whole plethora of other brain teasers, is what I call them, or what they're called. And we put them together and we have them work for 5 to 10 minutes together as a group, coming up with ideas to figure out how to solve these problems. So, what I would like everyone to do is we're going to go ahead and try this assignment. Is pull out a piece of paper and a pencil or pen and draw down 9 dots on a scrap piece of paper. I'll give you a couple seconds to do that, and I'll start going over the instructions. So what this is called the 9 dot challenge. So the purpose of this challenge is to connect all the dots using less than 4 lines. Now you can't lift your pencil off the paper at any time, so it has to be one solid motion. And I'll demonstrate for you later once we get going on my dry erase board. And what I'd like you to do is just take a couple minutes and try to figure it out. Now, normally you'd be in groups, so unfortunately, with this assignment, it's just we're working independently. If we were online, I'd put everyone into a focus group so that you guys could work on it together. So just take a couple minutes, and I'll let you go ahead and try the assignment yourself. And we'll begin now. A lot of people will just kind of stick to the norm. 1, 2, 3, 4, but then we're missing dots there. Some people might do the S motion. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we were to connect that, that would make 5. So again, challenges, and it makes a lot of sense for this assignment, is to think outside the box. Now, hopefully, I've given you enough time, but if not, that's fine. So, again, our minds tell us that we have to think within this box, that we have to draw within these 9 dots, but that's not the case. If you watch here, again, if we think outside the box, 2, 3, 4, we've connected it. And again, the purpose of this assignment is to make sure that we just don't look at a problem in one way. And there's always an easy way, there's always a right way, and there's always a wrong way. And sometimes there's even a simpler way. It's kind of like life. They always say, work hard. Well, I was always taught work smarter, not harder. So if I could figure out a way to get more work done by not doing that, by not working as hard, well, that should be the way to approach my task. Well, that's the same thing here. And I won't draw it on the whiteboard, but I'll just show you the answers. Because in this solution here, that's you can actually connect all dots using 3 lines. And you can see by just thinking way outside the box, if you can see every single dot is connected by just a hair by just making long lines. So again, that's the whole purpose of this is we want to make sure that before we instill um, a student driven hands-on learning environment, we wanted them to know how to think and like to think creatively, to think independently, to bounce ideas off of each other, to work together in groups. And by doing some of these lessons, it promotes that mindset. And the one thing that we're big on, and as you see, I demonstrated here is, another example from Sam and Trader is to get to know your students as people. I want to know you, and I want them to get to know each other, and that's why you create groups, rotate those groups, so that everyone gets a chance to learn from each other and work together. Because what Joey might not know, Sam might not know. But what Sam knows, Joey might not know. But if we work together in tandem and in a group setting, then we're learning from each other. We're sharing best practices with each other. And that goes to the social development of self-talk, um, and of course that was promoted by uh, Jean Piaget on cognitive development, and also to develop social development, self-talk, and again, working together in groups, getting comfortable, feeling like you're in a safe environment. And I think if we do that, that leads into our next segment, which is again creating a lesson or a learning environment that's student-driven, which is um, a progressive approach, and that's hands-on, where we're working together, we're coming up with our own projects. So with that, I'll end this part of the presentation now, and you can take copies of here on these other ones, how to solve these other problems. And again, they're kind of similar together in which you don't want to leave your pencil has to stay on the paper, but you want to draw these formations. So you can look at the answer keys here. This one's a video, and again, to summarize, brain teasers are challenging, but if we change our way of thinking, we can accomplish those things. We need to work together. We need to figure out solutions by trial and error. And of course, it might be challenging to us, but if we take the same approach with creative thinking and teamwork, we can figure out and accomplish anything. With that, thank you for your time. You have a great day, and I'll pass this on to my partner. Thank you very much.